From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, November 1st, 2018. Silver is trading at $14.47 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,228 per ounce. Zen is trading at $15, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,343. Antiwar.com reports in what appears to be the start of a challenge to the rule of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. His exiled uncle, Prince Ahmed bin Abdulaziz, has reportedly returned to Saudi Arabia from the United Kingdom this week. Prince Ahmed, the younger brother of King Salman, called his nephew toxic in the wake of the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, and Saudi sources say he intends to return to challenge the Crown Prince on that basis. Reports claim some sort of understanding on Prince Ahmed's return, but don't know the details. He apparently had been seeking assurances from his brother, the king, that he could return without fear for his safety. Even with such a guarantee, that seems an extremely risky venture, as Khashoggi himself had repeatedly been offered assurances of safe return from exile before his sudden murder and dismemberment by Saudi forces. Born into a devastating world and raised among the crowd, the Cloudwalker assumes a new identity and begins the unrelenting quest for truth. In this epic journey, he discovers dark secrets about aspects of his previous life that he once trusted. Through the Journal of the Cloudwalker, he shares both the traumatic hardships and the eternal beauties of his experiences. Dear Society by the Cloudwalker is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. UPI reports drug policy reformers claimed victory in Mexico City Wednesday after the country's Supreme Court handed down 2 rulings legalizing cannabis for all forms of non-commercial adult use. Froilan Enquiso, a drug policy researcher at Mexico's Social Sciences Institute, the CIDE, told UPI, the rulings pave the way for adults to use marijuana in any way they see fit. We aren't just talking about recreational use. In the first case, a plaintiff wanting to grow his own cannabis applied to the court for an amparo, a form of constitutional protection from prosecution, so that he can plant, cultivate, harvest, prepare, process, and transport cannabis. In the second case, another plaintiff also applied for an amparo to consume cannabis for recreational purposes. The 2 different plaintiffs aim to declare unconstitutional Mexico's federal health and penal laws concerning the use of cannabis for non-medical purposes. The rulings come after years of strategic litigation by Mexican drug policy activists starting in 2015. Unlike the United States, Mexican federal law requires 5 consecutive rulings on the same issue and in the same direction to create jurisprudence, eventually declaring a law unconstitutional. The next step towards legalizing cannabis for non-commercial purposes in Mexico is that the Supreme Court must inform Mexico's Congress within 90 days that prohibiting adult use is unconstitutional. Congress then has to reform the laws the court found unconstitutional. If Congress does not act, every adult prosecuted for using cannabis can also apply for protection from the judicial system. Zencash has changed their name to Horizon to better represent their transition from a cryptocurrency to a pioneering platform that protects consumer data. They are working towards the day when anyone will be able to build privacy-based applications on the Horizon platform. The unique spelling of Horizon is a nod to their heritage and recognizes that they remain committed to the vision that their project was built upon. Learn more at horizon.global and join the Horizon community. HORIZEN.global. Reuters reports a 53-year-old woman survived 6 days in the Arizona desert on grass and water after crashing her car before being rescued by a rancher and highway worker who were chasing a cow, according to police and local media. The woman, whose name was not disclosed, lost control of her car on October 12th on a rain-slicked road near Wickenburg, Arizona, about 65 miles north of Phoenix, according to the Arizona Department of Public Safety. The car plunged about 50 feet down a ravine, landing in a mesquite tree where it remained suspended above the ground. Seriously injured from the crash, the woman remained in the car for several days before climbing out and trying to walk to a nearby railway line for help. The DPS said she made it about 500 yards before collapsing in a dry riverbed. On October 18th, rancher David Morales and a road maintenance crew were working to corral a cow on U.S. Highway 60 when they noticed a break in the fence near the road. They saw the mangled car below, and when they climbed down, found footprints leading from the vehicle. They followed the tracks and discovered the severely dehydrated woman, her eyes swollen, wearing a t-shirt, shorts, and flip-flops, suffering from broken hips, a dislocated shoulder, and a head injury. Rescuers called for a helicopter, and the woman was airlifted to a hospital. This has been FPP Radio News, online at FPPRadio.com.